back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I posted a makeup tutorial, but I've been on the road quite a bit. I was in Japan and then home and then in Switzerland, so I haven't really had time to shoot and edit some videos for you on the channel, but I did shoot some vlog footage in Switzerland, so I hope to edit that and get that posted soon. Today's makeup look is a gold and purple halo makeup look using the new Tarteist Pro Amazonian Clay palette, and it's a pretty nice palette, guys. It looks like this, and if you open it up, you've got some nice neutrals in there, you've got some pinks and purples, and then alongside you've got some metallic shades. So I thought it would be a pretty good makeup look to do for some vibrant purples in there, some metallic looks. And this is really inspired by Casey Rayton on YouTube, who did a similar look. So I will post her video in the description box below. If you want to see how I got this makeup look, keep on watching. Okay, I'm going to start off by doing my brows using the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in dark brown. I'm going to start off by doing a line underneath, and that'll be my guide for kind of my brow shape. So start off with some light strokes, just following that kind of underline of your eyebrow, and then I kind of go and fill in the sparse spots. The rest of the brow. You want the tail end to be a bit darker than the front end, so you want a little bit of a tapered effect. To finish up the brows, I'm going to carve them out using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is in NC20, and I just put a little pump of that on my hand, just a little teeny bit. I'm going to take a flat concealer brush. This is the MAC, I think 212 brush. The number is kind of going, and then I'm going to carve it out. I find this particular concealer the best for me just because of the consistency. And again, a little bit goes a long way, and I just kind of carve out that lower line so it's a pretty nice and clean brow, and you can use it to conceal any of the breakouts you may have, which in my case is right above my eyebrow on this side, and then take a little bit more and go in and carve out the other side. Just again, clean up to make a more defined kind of underline under your brow. To prime the lids, I'm going to use the good old MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and this will be good just to put a very, very thin layer on the eyelids to make sure that your eyeshadows stay in place. I get really oily, as I've mentioned in previous videos throughout the day. So this really helps to control the oil and to have a nice base for your eyeshadow to settle in on and kind of secure in place. All right, guys, let's get into the shadows using the Tarteist new Pro Amazonian Clay palette. And I'm going to go ahead and start building the eyeshadow shades. And I'm going to go in first with the shade Classic, which is this off-white color, using my MAC 224 brush, and this is just to set the eyelids and be a good base for the rest of the shadows there, and make sure that everything blends really, really well, because we're going to do a lot of blending today. Next, I'm going to go in the color Chic, which is this kind of pinky color, to just create a little bit of depth into the eye here. Next, I'm going to go in the shade Innocent and slowly start to build up the color around the eyes right into the crease here, just to warm it up. All right, working my way darker into the palette, I'm now going to go into the shade Whimsy, which is this darker kind of brickish orange color, and I'm only using really the MAC 217 brush or whatever fluffy brush you decide to use, and then slowly start to build up the color right into the crease. So now that we've got that good base down of colors, I'm going to go into the palette and go into the color Maud, which is this kind of a deeper purple color and start to build up the corners here. And I'm using a Makeup Geek pencil brush for this. Next, I'm going to go in the color Drama, which is again a deeper purple, and I'm going to go in with kind of a V shape on the edge of the eye, slowly building up the color. And then you want to do the same, kind of that V shape again, right in the inner corner. Once you put that down, you want to take a fluffy, clean, fluffy blending brush and just make sure that you blend in those colors as you go along. Then I'm going to go in with the color Vamp, which is again a little bit darker, slowly building up those shades. And then you want to take your clean blending brush and blend. Then I'm going to go into the dark black into the palette, and it's called Punk. And again, with a light hand, I'm just going to lay down that color right into the corners. And then go ahead and blend it out. If you do get any fallout, you can use just a makeup wipe and you can just clean that up right on the bottom. And that's why we're doing the eyes first, because in case you do have any fallout, we can clean it up with the foundation and concealer later. Now that we've got a good foundation of the corners for the halo eye, we're going to go in with a flat brush and kind of go into the sparkly shades. So there's a lot of matte shades in this palette, and then there's a bunch of shimmery shades here. And I'm going to go with the lightest one, which is Glam. And I'm going to go in there and pick it up with a MAC 239 brush and go right into the middle here. And then I'm going to go over the Glam color with Ethereal, which is a little bit more gold on top. I'm going to go ahead and blend a little bit more of the outer part of the eye to make it blend a little bit more using that color Whimsy, and just add a little bit, again, more depth and blending above that kind of halo that we created. Okay, next I'm going to line the eyes with Kat Von D's Tattoo liner, and this is in Trooper. And this is really mainly for, we're not going to do a wing or anything, we're just going to lay down a really thin line across the lash line. Just for some additional definition there. Just going to pop just a little bit of mascara. Not going to worry about it too much, just because I'm going to use some falsies on top. For lashes, I'm going to use Flutter Lashes, iSlay lashes. These are special edition or limited edition from Makeup Shayla. If you don't follow her, you should. She's super funny and a great YouTuber as well. Awesome makeup artist from the Bay Area, but she lives in LA. So I'm using these lashes. I'm going to go ahead and pop those on. Alright, now it's time for primer. I'm going to use the Benefit Pore Professional for primer here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the back of my hand and put it on especially the T-zones and just kind of pat that in to hide those larger pores, especially where you tend to get oily, where I tend to get a lot oily in the T-zone, especially right at my forehead here. For foundation, I'm going to use a combination of L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. It was a bit darker than my skin tone right now, but it mixes really well with the Giorgio Luminous Silk foundation in 7.5. I'm using 110 here and 7.5 here, and I'm going to do the combination here. So I basically take some of that back of my hand, some of that foundation, and a couple pumps of the Giorgio Armani foundation, and put that on my face. Okay, for concealer, I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Custard. I'm going to go ahead and take that and conceal underneath the eyes. While we're highlighting, I'm going to go ahead and do some contouring using the good old Bobbing Brown foundation stick in the color Almond. And I'm going to go ahead and do the hollows of the cheeks. Just around the hairline here to add some warmth to the skin. And go ahead and use that beauty blender. Using a damp beauty blender, go ahead and blend that in. Using the butt of the beauty blender, go ahead and blend in on an upward motion your contour. To set the concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use a Mercier translucent powder right where you put that concealer on, and we're going to bake that a little bit. Again, we're going to take that all the way into the nose, and you do kind of a natural contouring that way. While that's baking, I'm going to go ahead and warm up the skin using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion, and take a little bit of that and just go back right into your contour and your jawline. With a fluffy brush, I'm just go ahead and buff in all of that translucent powder. For blush, I'm going to use MAC's Burnt Pepper. Take a little bit of that and do kind of a scooping motion right on the apples of the cheeks. All right, now that we've done the concealer and contouring, I'm going to go back into the Tarteist palette, and I'm going to go ahead and do the lower lash line. And I'm going to go ahead and go into Whimsy. And just line that bottom lash line. Then I'm going to go into the color Vamp, which is that dark purple color. Just kind of on the outer part of the eye, leaving the middle there, because we're going to go back in there and do a little shimmer. Next, I'm going to take Glam, which is that shimmery color, go right into the middle, mirroring some of the effect that we did at the top of the lid. For the inner corner highlight of the eye, I'm going to take Glam right in here. Okay, for lips, I'm going to go ahead and do a dark, vampy purple lip. And I'm going to use this NYX Lip Liner, and it's in the shade Oh Put It On. And for the lipstick, I'm using Too Faced's Melted Lipstick in Melted Villain. Alright guys, that's a makeup look right here. It is a purple and gold makeup look inspired by Casey Rayton on YouTube. And I used the Tarteist Pro Amazonian Clay palette for all of the eye makeup look. It is a halo eye. And if you did like this makeup look, make sure you give it a thumbs up on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust.